Siti Nur Shazaliana with Mazredi, and my matrix number is 40DEB19F1014. So I'm going to begin this video with some introduction of the event. Well, as we all know, Perhimpunan Bersih 2.0 was one of the big events of political rallies that were also can be described as another demonstration in Kuala Lumpur held on 9 July 2011. So the rally itself is organized by the Coalition for Clean and Fair Election, which is Bersih, was supported by Pakatan Harapan, and that is to ensure free and fair election in Malaysia, but was deemed illegal by the government. The police have vowed to stop any rally from taking place on the plain dates on the ground. That is illegal because all the public is gathering without police permit. Perhimpunan Bersih in 2011 having originally planned to march through the street of Kuala Lumpur, but Bersih decided to hold its rally at Stadium Merdeka after consultation with the Yang di-Pertuan Agong Malaysian Head of State. So that will be our introduction of this event. So let's moving on the content. For first content, let's start with the program summary and specification. So first type of this event is political rallies, and the purpose of the event itself is to demonstration with the goal objective, that is to demanding that the ruling government ensure that the election process run fairly and with full integrity plus transparency. And the definition plus certification unique of this event itself is by the size of participants and at country level. Next, we have organization and authority. So one of the skills in managing risk is to start forming or set up a team, which means that in order to manage risk in risk management, we as organizers have to set up a team. This team is in the organization that manages the risk management itself, originally established to handle risk management. In this team, there must be a leader who has members who are involved in and important. Most importantly, everyone has their own tasks or responsibility and what they will have to do, which also can be called as the level of authority. One way to identify is by brainstorming. Each individual appointed in this risk committee consists of several people, where each individual will sit together for a brainstorming session. This is one of the deepest way to identify the risks. For example, when we want to identify, we must do an analysis. The analysis will lead to the next step or action that we have to take, so that we get signed to a specific individual so that they knows what they has to do. An example of the risks involved based on previous program, these rallies can cause many business to close as many people commit riots and even chaos. That is one of the risks that have been analyzed. To solve and overcome this problem, those who have assigned to analyze the risk should recommend what is the best solution and how to control the risk that has been identified earlier. Those at the level of authority must come up with approach, action or solution. Next, we have risk assessment system. They have 5 types of risk in the event, which is there is a lot of risk in this event that we has already identified. One of them is since there are so many people, there will be a possibility where the participant can get clashes between the people when the public become more aggressive, which can lead to dangerous behavior and also can cause physical injury to those who participate during the event, where the crime is due to violation of each other during the event. Next, we also have identified that risks that possibly happen is from this perhimpunan is that this perhimpunan bersih itself is actually illegal because it does not apply for a permit in advance. And if it's still organized and the people also go down to the field to participate, it can lead to give Malaysia reputation turns into bad image. Especially when the foreigner who came to travel to Malaysia at that time, they also will be judging and critique the attitude of certain citizens of Malaysia, which they may assume that Malaysia is no longer suitable country to travel. This event can also give result in emotional distress for any participant who involved during the event. For example, among the participants who participate in the event, especially towards people who may be too younger and older enough, they might feel some emotional trauma or harassment during the event.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nurul Ashiki binti Yahya. My matrix number is 14EB 19F1010. Continue with risk response system. In physical, on Sunday morning, 10 July 2011, Commissioner for Human Rights Commission Suhakam Syahani Abdullah and Bersih 2.0 Chairman Datuk Ambika Sri Nebasan visited the family of the late Baharuddin Ahmad, a past member who died of a heart attack while trying to avoid being arrested by the police assembly. Suhakam has received many complaints related to the actions of the authorities which are considered unreasonable. They will report to the government and recommend to them that abusive or threatening actions on public safety and health should not be in use at any time without security risk, and this would be taken into an account by the government. Second, in a reputational, Home Minister Datuk Seri Hishamuddin Hussein said that the police, the Malaysian Multimedia Commission and Cyber Crime Unit would be reviewing the entire recording of the rally, in accompanied by evidence in which he said action will be taken against local and foreign media, including those that had published false information on the internet with a regard to the street. Next, in type of emotional, the response is a total of 1,667 Bersih 2.0 demonstration participants were detained by the police for retaliating against the police who tried to disperse the demonstration. The number of people detained in the incident recorded the highest record in one operation in the history of our country. These acts of mass repression and detention provoked mass outrage and widespread public opinion criticism. Therefore, the police had to release all 1,667 detainees within 24 hours of being arrested, thus recording the most embarrassing in the history of police operations. The type of financial is a total of 11 NGOs urge non-governmental organizations to take an action against the organizers of the Bersih and Adil Bersih Election Coalition Bersih following a loss of Rm 3.5 million that had to be borne due to an illegal assembly last Saturday. No action has been taken even though a report by 317 trades around Kuala Lumpur was made since the rally Bersih last year. The Rizwan, who represented the non-governmental organisation NGO, submitted a memorandum to the Inspector General of Police Tan Sri Ismail Omar in Bukit Aman to seek clarification that no organisers of Bersih 2.0 and Patriot, while the Bersih 3.0 assembly had already taken action. Facilities. The Honourable Ministry of Health Malaysia MOH has announced the establishment of the MOH Higher Level Internal Investigation Committee on 14 July 2011. As a result, on 15 July 2011, this committee was established at the ministry level. Based on the official statement by Ministry of Health Malaysia shows, the main purpose of the establishment of this committee is to investigate thoroughly and in-depth the allegations of the existence of water cannon and tear gas towards Tung Shin Hospital (HTS) during the illegal assembly incident by Bersih 2.0 group on 9 July 2011 on Saturday, and also the effect if the allegation is true. Risk monitoring system. In a physical, past Vice Presidents Datuk Mahfuz Omar and Salahuddin Ayub lodged a police report on 11 July 2011 following the arbitrary detention of them at the Kuala Lumpur Central Station on Saturday afternoon 9 July 2011, where the station was not included in the area mentioned in its then government. In a reputational statement from Tuan Ibrahim, he reiterated his reminder to Pakatan Rakyat that the people's support for Bersih is not a sign of their support for the national opposition party. Tuan Ibrahim, the Pahang PAS Commissioner who also participated in the rally on Saturday 9 July 2011, criticized the tyranny and violence of the police who used tear gas or acid water shots should not have happened because there was no reason for them to use it. Financial business premises were closed during the rally, where hundreds of thousands of people from all over the country came in large numbers to attend the demonstration, which left them with no food or drink supply to be supplied with energy during the demonstration. Lastly, in facilities, it is a question of why facilities such as LRT, bus and taxi are closed or just pass through the area by not stopping at a nearby stop where people who want to attend the demonstration cannot follow due to lack of transportation. Alright, so that's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Ahmad Jiratullah. I am from the EV3. So today I will explain about risk management information system. In this topic, it will explain about procedures for documenting risk assessment result, response plans and activities, monitoring and control functions, assigned responsibilities, schedule, procedures and techniques for communicating activities, action and outcome, format and database systems, resource required for risk documenting and reporting activities. First, what is risk management information system? A risk management information system is an integrated computer information system that is used to help decision makers evaluate risk and keep track of all relevant information. This information includes the risk exposure, risk protection measure, and risk management. Example of stored information include loss control measure, property values, record of prior claims, and relevant insurance policies. as the case at the Bersih 2.0 2011, which affected 200 small traders who incurred loss due to damage during the day of the demonstration. All the damage has been recorded in the risk management information system to solve the problem. So the irresponsible parties will be receive penalty such as compound and so on. Next, risk assessment. Risk assessment is important because through risk assessment, it can reduce the risk during the demonstration event. If the organizer do not care about the safety of the participants, it will make the participant in danger. Like happened at the Bersih 2.0 2011, which result the death of participants due to heart problems. So, with the risk assessment, we can reduce the risk accident like happened at Bersih 2.0 2011. Next, I will explain the main purpose of risk assessment. The main purpose of risk assessment are to identify health and safety hazards and evaluate the risk presented within the workplace. Next, to evaluate the effectiveness and suitability of existing control measures. Next, to ensure additional controls including procedural are implemented wherever the remaining risk is considered to be anything other than low. Last, to priority further resources if need to ensure the above. Next, what is response plan? An emergency response plan is designed to help companies address various emergency situations that could occur within their organization. The best plans include who to contact, how to act in an emergency, how to mitigate risk, and what resources to use to minimize loss, injury and accident during the event. The organizer must provide facilities such as ambulance, first aid and so on to prevent the situation from getting worse. This is what happened on Bersih 2.0 2011, where there were deaths due to the heart problems, but the organizer did not provide an ambulance. So this response plan is very important to ensure the safety of participants while participating in the event. Next, what is monitoring and control? Monitor and control is a process of measuring performance and taking corrective action to assure that the business is on track and meet its goals. The purpose of this step is to develop a control process to take advantage of opportunities while decreasing the need of crisis management. This monitoring and control is very useful to each organization to measure the level of security in a better direction in order to overcome the risks that have occurred in the past event. Last, reporting requirements means any applicable law, rules, regulation, instruments, order or directive and any requirements of the regulatory and supervisory organization that mandate reporting or retention of transaction and similar information. So it will improve security at upcoming events and superiors also always get the latest info earlier. I will explain about level on risk assessment matrix. I will start with risk number 1 until 4. A risk identified as low may be considered as acceptable. Further reduction may not be happen. Next, risk number 5 until number 14. A medium risk requires a planned approach to controlling the hazard and applies temporary measure if required. In event, anything can be possibly happen. In order to control it, need to provide emergency equipment or supplies to take the precaution measure. Action taken must be documented on the risk assessment from including date for completion. Last, number 15 until number 25. A height risk requires immediately action to control the hazard as detailed in the hierarchy of control. For example, when event, ambulance is very important because we cannot expect what will happen. The action taken must be related to the impact or response of the injury.
Hai, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Siti Nur Naimah binti Mak Saleh and my metri number is 40D EVNATF 1013, and I want to present about purpose pedestrian safety in the event. First, sidewalk or walking path. As all you know, sidewalk play an important role in transportation as they provide a safe path for people to walk along that is separate from the motorized traffic. They aid road safety by minimizing interaction between pedestrian and motorized traffic. Sidewalks are normally in pair, one on each side of the road, with the center section of the road from the motorized vehicle. In rural road, sidewalk may not be present as the amount of traffic because it is not enough to justify separating the two. So, when the demonstration, participants need to use the sidewalk so that the road accident do not occur. This is because roads are not the road for well-light vehicle, while sidewalks are special for pedestrian. So, why pedestrian sidewalk is important during the demonstration? First, to prevent accident between pedestrian and wheel-light vehicle. Second, to make sure the demonstration does not interfere with the road, the vehicle that want to go to work. Third, the demonstration does not obstruct business premise. Fourth, the pedestrian of the demonstration walk regularly on the sidewalk. So, this is example of demonstration does not use the walking road. So, next, what is important to encourage bright color clothing during the demonstration? So, I want to share with you all. First, the people around you know that such color shades are for attending the gathering. Second, to differentiate between the public involved. Third, yellow color is also used as color to fight for the media freedom. Is expected to attract the support of the media activities to come together in this rally. And the fourth, yellow color can raise the spirit of the people to join the rally together. And the fifth, if the participant in the event have an accident, immediate action can be taken for the participant. Third is universal signage. First, second, third, fourth, and fifth. So, the importance of universal signage. Universal signage is important when demonstration occur. This is because there are some participants who have their own privilege. These things are among the universal examples that need to be provided to them, such as pedestrian road, resting place, parking, and the toilet facilities. So, next is discourage running. As we know, when democracy is carried out, many participants will come to attend it. This is called crowded in the place to occur. When the place is crowded, of course, the participant must not run. If they run, also the possibility of a collision between the participant and the barricade or cone provide may occur because on that day many people come to join it. So, when there is a risk of an accident, it can happen such as broken arm or leg. As we know, when such an accident occurs, there will probability to get lifetime disability or get OKU certificate or cannot live as usual. By such a thing, because that's why in event we want to purpose pedestrian safety that is discourage running to avoid accident that occur. 5 is control speed of vehicle. Vehicle movement can collision with vehicle and pedestrian may be harmed such as staff, public and contractor during the demonstration. So, how to have to control the risk? Vehicle and pedestrian access and egress are separate. Event start at 12 noon. So, vehicle movement between 9/11:30 p.m. Event close at 3 p.m. So, vehicle movement from 3:30 p.m. over 4:30 p.m. During period of movement vehicle only travel in one direction at set time. So, when we make control speed vehicle, we must have extra control need to be put in the place, such as vehicle marshalling to be introduced, marshal to wear high visibility vest or jacket, site to be clear of pedestrian after event before a vehicle are admitted, and the last only marshal in high visibility to be in the area during the vehicle movement. So that's all from me. Thank you.
All the risks that have been identified and analyzed need to be assessed in order to better managing it. And this can be done by classifying the risk based on the severity and possibility that risk will happen. Risk can be classifying from high, moderate, and low, and manage the risk using the prioritization concept.